This episode includes themes of coercive control, emotional abuse, intimidation, and property destruction. There are no graphic details, but the experiences shared may be distressing. Please take care of yourself while listening. Hi, and welcome back to After the Quiet. This is episode 18. There are moments in life that divide everything into before and after. Before you knew something was wrong, and after you could no longer explain it away. This was one of those moments for me. Because control doesn't always start loud. It doesn't always start with violence. Sometimes it hides behind rules, expectations, criticism. Until one day, it explodes. And once it does, you can't unsee it. My second pregnancy was brutal. Not just uncomfortable, debilitating. I was sick all day, every single day. Not just morning sickness, constant nausea, exhaustion, weakness. I lost so much weight that by the end of my pregnancy, I had only gained 15 pounds. I was growing a baby while caring for a toddler and barely keeping food down. My body was surviving, not thriving. I needed gentleness. I needed support. What I got instead was scrutiny. That spring, Facebook had just become a thing. And for me, it felt harmless, even joyful. I loved sitting at my computer and searching for people I'd known in elementary school, high school, dance, people from another lifetime. It was comforting. It reminded me of who I was before all this. Before marriage, before motherhood, before shrinking. He didn't like Facebook. He didn't understand how it worked. And anything he didn't understand, he didn't trust. One day, I received a friend request from a boy I had gone to elementary school with. Someone I hadn't seen or spoken to in at least 15 years. It meant nothing to me beyond curiosity. But to him, it meant everything. He saw the request, and he lost his mind. He accused me of being on Facebook for attention. He accused me of wanting something more. He accused me of things that didn't exist. And then he smashed my laptop in front of me in our home. I was about 6 months pregnant with a toddler, and I was terrified. That moment changed something in me. Up until then, the control had been emotional, psychological, quiet. But this was physical intimidation. This was violence, even if it wasn't directed at my body. Yet, my body knew it. I grabbed my child and I went to my parents' house. Because for the first time, I knew something clearly. I was not safe. I think he realized he had crossed a line. Not because he suddenly understood the harm, but because he saw my fear. Because I left. Because I didn't argue. Because I didn't try to fix it. I just protected my child. So he looked for therapy. Eventually, he asked me to meet him at McDonald's. a public place with our son. I agreed cautiously, but even there, he couldn't control himself. He kept raising his voice because I was looking around the restaurant. He accused me of trying to make eye contact with people, of seeking attention, of doing something wrong, again. And I remember thinking, if he can't stop himself here, what happens behind closed doors? I went back to my parents' house. Eventually, his therapist invited me to a joint session. And I went. Hopeful, cautious, exhausted. During that session, he listed my flaws, one by one. How I cared too much about my students, how teaching should just be a job, how I spent time with my parents after work instead of coming straight home, how I wasted time on Facebook looking for friends. I sat there, pregnant, listening to myself be described like a problem to be fixed. And then the therapist spoke. He looked at both of us and said something so simple, so clear, so grounding. He said, "You are two different people." She is people-oriented. She will always put relationships before tasks. You are task-oriented. You find satisfaction in checking things off a list. And then he said the words that felt like oxygen. This relationship won't work if you are always trying to change her. Needless to say, he no longer wanted to see that therapist. According to him, he had it all wrong. He blamed me. He told me that my crying, my emotions, were the reason the therapist believed my story. That I manipulate everyone into siding with me. That I twist things. That I play the victim. And suddenly, the one moment where I felt seen became another example of how I was the problem. Eventually, I went home because my mom encouraged me to try to work things out. We had one child and one on the way. My mom came from a generation that believed you work things out for the sake of your kids, that marriage is hard, that you don't give up. And I don't fault her for that. She wanted stability for me. She wanted safety for my children. She wanted hope. But I went back heartbroken because my laptop was gone forever, and with it, a slideshow I had made for my dad's birthday the year before. Something meaningful, something irreplaceable. I hadn't been able to save it anywhere else. The file was corrupt. That loss felt symbolic. Because it wasn't just a computer. It was proof that things I loved could be destroyed in a moment of rage. And I was expected to move on. I went back stressed, pregnant, exhausted. Trying to keep things calm, I walked on eggshells. I monitored my tone, my words, my expressions. I tried to anticipate his moods before they happened. I tried to be quieter, softer, less emotional. Because I believed that if I could just keep the peace, everything would be okay. Looking back now, this feels like the first big explosion I should have paid closer attention to. Not just because of the anger, but because of what came after. The blame, the rewriting of reality, the punishment for seeking help, the expectation that I would return and pretend it never happened. Coercive control doesn't always end relationships. Sometimes it survives by resetting the rules, by making you believe leaving was the mistake, that staying is strength, that endurance is love. At that point in my life, young, pregnant, exhausted, and conditioned to doubt myself, I chose survival. Not because it was safe, but because it felt impossible not to. If you're listening and you've ever gone back after something that scared you, if you've ever been told that seeking help was betrayal, if you've ever blamed yourself for someone else's rage, please hear this. You were trying to survive. That doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. Thank you for listening. This is After the Quiet. Please remember to subscribe so you can be notified when new episodes come out. And also, please join us on Instagram at after.the.quiet. If you see yourself in my story, please reach out to someone that you can trust or look for supports in your community. Remember, you are human and your voice matters.